so here we go. Hey guys, Kiko here for another Q&A. I'm here in my hotel room in Milpitas, California. We have a show tomorrow and I took the time to answer some of your questions. So subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, leave your questions. And here we go, the first one. This one is from Guitar God. How's your fingers? Are they in pain? What do you do to ease the pain? No pro seems to want to discuss this. Yeah, that's a very important question. Yes, I do understand that some people suffer with tendinitis, and I had some issues many years ago, having, a wrist pain. And then a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I was, feeling the pains here, epicondylitis, golfer's elbow, tennis elbow. This happens because I'm not practicing enough, or I'm not warming up enough, or some other mental things that I'm too stressed or something like that. Because if you play constantly, if you play every day and you have a good routine of warming up, developing your speed correctly, you probably will not face any pain. Also, how high you use your guitar can be a problem as well. I remember having those pains here because I was using the guitar too low. So I brought the guitar up, big change. If you don't practice and you go straight on stage, or if you don't practice, you don't warm up, and you just try to play something really fast or really challenging, it might be a problem, right? All right, this one from Gaius Tesla. When you make music, do you hear something in your mind and then try to work it out? Or do you mess around and stumble upon something you like the sound of? Sometimes, some musical image, you imagine a riff, a melody, you imagine a band playing, and then you try to keep that in your mind. You grab your guitar and you're trying to figure out how to transpose that music image into your guitar, right? Sometimes it's difficult. You need some experience to imagine something and remember that, and then bring this to your guitar or to the computer and program the drums, record the bass guitars and stuff like that. Another moment is like you just, as you said, you just play, keep playing. Creating music, is a lot of sweat. So you just keep playing and then you find cool stuff. And then when you find something that you like, it doesn't need to be difficult. It doesn't need to be unique. It doesn't need to be amazing that's gonna sell billions of copies. It's just something that you feel good about it. And then you just record that idea on your phone, doesn't matter. You just, record things that you feel good about it, that you like it. And then you judge later. Days later, weeks later, years later, you listen, it's like, oh, I still like that. And then you try to build a song out of that idea. And sometimes you're like just playing, and then you're trying to figure out some stuff, and suddenly a melody comes to your mind, but it's not exactly what you're playing, so you're trying to figure out ways to find that melody that you have in your head. And then you play slowly and try to find the notes. So sometimes you just imagine something, sometimes you just play and see what happens, and sometimes a combination of both. The main thing is like, just try to do constantly. It's a daily work, to create stuff. It's not like you're gonna create an amazing song if you try this once in your life, right? So you have to have a lot of ideas. Then you figure out the best ones, and then you work on the best ones, and then from those ones you might have one song, All right, so the next one here from Daniel Naden. Hello, Mr. Loureiro. What would be your wise words to someone who feels like a dream of being a musician is almost impossible? Why being a musician is impossible? I don't see that. Why? Of course, I would like to know you better, but it's not impossible to be a musician. You have so many musicians around, so it's just a matter of like, if you really want, you need to develop your skills, you need to have the right equipment, you need to practice, develop a style, try to get together with other musicians, friends, and start a band or a collaboration of some sort. Do this, and it's a journey. It's not gonna happen in a month, it's not gonna happen in a year. It's a journey, and then why not? But yes, you can be a musician, you can be a professional musician, and you can be a rock star if you want, you can be anything you want. Yes, you can be anything you want. So just do it. Just do it! There's no other answer. It's not impossible. Another one from this interesting name, Hero Link 16. Peraí. So another one here from Hero Link 16. Hey Kiko, awesome content as always. Thank you so much. Hero Link 16. What are your guilty pleasure bands and performers? I don't know, I don't have it. Seriously, I don't have it. I listen to amazing bands, great musicians, great classical composers. Nothing comes to mind. I don't know. No, I don't have it. Yeah, well, of course I have kids, so I have this Disney Plus going on all the time, and not all the time, but and some children music. But actually, the soundtracks are really amazing. The melodies, I'm always learning also from those soundtracks. So I don't know. I don't have anything that I'm ashamed of to show. This one from Adi Jain. How are you able to follow and appreciate the chords in a chord progression so efficiently? He might be talking about the previous video that I was jamming over Hey Joe. And you have this C, G, D, A, E plagal cadences, right? Like the 4-1 circle of fourths, right? I mean, it's just practice. It's just practice. There's no secret. So basically, it's how to practice this. I would suggest to get 2 chords, 4 bar each chord, and just practice. C major, G major, or C minor, G major, some sort of a dominant tonic thing, and just play there and keep playing for days, and then you can add another 2 chords and you play C major, G major, D major, and A major, and see how it goes. And you blend with the minor chords as well, whatever it is, Then you start expanding, adding more chords, and then instead of 4 bars, 2 bars each one, and then you develop your thinking, the speed of thought. The guitarists, they want to play fast, but they forget that you have to think fast as well, to react fast. So when you have like a fast chord progression, you can react fast and play just a sequence of arpeggios. Of course, I did a lot of real book standards, just play the arpeggios of any song, that's a great exercise as well. Just start playing different jazz standard, and then just play the arpeggios and just get used to the 2-5-1s, 4-5-1s, and other things like this, basic cadences, and then good to go. Then you're able to play anything, right? All right, so another one here from Pat the Ripper. Not sure if you would want to answer this question, but what were your thoughts when the Judas Priest roadie was sound checking during the live performance? Well, yes, that was this event in Barcelona. So during the festival, we were playing, Megadeth was playing, and the Judas Priest guitar tech started to sound check during our concert. And I don't know if the crowd can hear, but because the stage is right there, we could hear the guitar, quite clearly, right? So Dave was not happy with that, so he started complaining about this. And I understand why Dave was complaining, because it was not, let's put it like this, it was not very polite, it's not very professional as well. Maybe it was not a very experienced tech, or maybe he didn't care, I don't know. It was not very nice from them. And I think all the bands, they respect each other, and when you're playing, you know that you have to do your line check, you have to do your stuff, of course, because they were playing right after us. So of course they need to prepare their things, but you don't need to play loud guitars. It's not necessary, and a professional tech will do it in a way that doesn't disturb the other bands, the other concert. So yeah, so my point of view, and Dave was totally right, you know. This one from Adrian: how do you manage practicing standing up versus sitting down, especially with a low strap setup? That's a very common problem. We practice at home sitting down all the time. So of course you have to start standing up when you're playing at home, right? Because back in the days, right, long time ago, we used to rehearse. We used to go to a rehearsal place and play and jam, and always standing up. So we have this experience to stand up and play, and then when you go on stage, it feels like the same, you know. But now we play a lot in front of the computer, so we don't stand up. So the first thing you have to do is to sit down, see how high is comfortable for you when you're sitting down, and then you stand up and keep the same height. So it has to feel different, but not that different. And then slowly, inch by inch, you just put it down, you know, lower the strap. It really depends what kind of music you're playing. If you need to open your hands a lot, you know, so then maybe if it's too low, it's not so easy. So when I'm playing my solo material, guitar clinics, I normally use the guitar a bit higher than in Megadeth. In Megadeth, because the songs are easier to play, I can put the guitar, you know, lower. But of course, during the tour, in the first concert, you know, when I start the tour, I have like kind of 2 inches higher, and then slowly I put it to the right place, you know, I lower the strap also. So I need few days to get used to the lower position, because also I'm playing at home. Normally I'm sitting down, but I did a lot of shows in my life, so it's fine. I like practicing standing up, and also in my case I like walking when I'm playing. So that's another thing you can add to your practice: stand up and walk, right? Alright guys, thanks a lot for the questions and everything related to practice guitar, scales, licks, and everything related to learning and take your skills to the next level. Check my Guitar Academy here on the description, and join us. There's a lot of cool people there, a lot of cool material for you to develop your skills. And subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, leave your questions, and see you in the next video.